I call this meeting to order.
All right, everybody take a moment to salute the flag.
All right. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and
to
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and for all.
Paul, Abby, you look like you're muted. Paul, can you, there he is.
There now?
Hello,
right.
Paul.
Okay.
All right, I think everybody's clear. All right, very good. Ann, roll call, please.
Yes, Chairman Nolan,
Here.
Commissioner Rosinski,
Here.
Commissioner Aggie,
Here.
Commissioner J. Agostino,
Here.
Commissioner Delgado.
Here.
At this time, we're going to do the election of the officers, first being chairman, second being secretary, third being treasurer. May I have a motion for the position of chairman, please?
James Nolan. I second.
Thank you both.
Do we have any other nominations for chairman at this time? Hearing none, seeing none, may I have a roll call for those in favor of James Nolan being the chairman, starting with Commissioner Rosinski,
Yes.
Commissioner Abbey,
Yes.
Commissioner J. Agostino,
Yes.
Commissioner Delgado.
Yes.
All members in favor of Chairman Nolan for the next year of 2021. Congratulations, Chairman Nolan.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Moving on to the election for officer. Chairman Nolan, would you like to do this?
Yeah, Dan, you're doing good. Keep going.
Oh, okay, okay. May I have a motion for secretary? Don't all jump at once.
Well, anyone but me.
So Paul was our secretary, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so
Paul.
I would nominate Paul, sorry.
I second it.
There you go.
Okay. Do we have any other nominations for secretary? Hearing none, seeing none. So let's go through a roll call here. We have a motion on the floor for a position of secretary to be deemed by Commissioner Abbey. May I, Chairman Nolan, can you please confirm your vote?
Yes, I vote in favor of Paul Abbey.
Commissioner Rosinski,
Yes, in favor of Paul Abbey.
Commissioner De Agostino,
Yes, in favor of Paul Abbey.
Commissioner Delgado.
Yes, in favor of Paul Abbey.
All right. Well, congratulations there, Secretary Abbey.
I protest.
Yeah, I thought he was trying to duck it. It sounded like.
We'll buy you a new pen.
There you go.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Big.
Or we'll change the bylaws to deem the electronic signature worthy. How about that one?
Oh, there you go.
All right, moving on to the position of, or the election of officer of treasurer. Do I have a motion for this?
Yeah, I'll nominate Tony Rosinski.
I second.
Do I have any other nominations for the position of treasurer? Hearing none, seeing none, going through the roll call. Chairman Nolan,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosinski, sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Abbey,
Yes.
Commissioner De Agostino,
Yes.
Commissioner Delgado.
Absolutely.
All right. So next
All right.
next on our agenda is a sunshine law statement. Chairman, this meeting today conforms with Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, called the Open Public Meetings Act, and as for the requirements of the statute, notification of the meeting was published in the Star Ledger and Home News Tribune and filed with the Clerk of Middlesex County.
Very good, thank you. Director Post, do we have any correspondence?
No, we don't, Chairman.
All right, so then we move on to committee reports. Are we going to do anything special, or we're just going what's in the packet?
So what's in the packet for the financial report can be relied upon. That was reviewed by the commissioners. If we'd like to have anything highlighted in the recycling report at this time, I believe we have Paul Massera on the line if you'd like to share a few details.
Hello, Paul, are you there? He's probably muted. Is he on? Is he on the screen? Is he on the screen? Jim, is Paul on the screen? I don't. Oh yeah, on the bottom. Yep.
I think he is. Yes, I believe he's on the bottom, but he's muted.
Okay. Well, if he's not. Oh, there he is. Hello, Paul.
Am I there?
You're
Yes,
here.
Yeah.
Oh, praise be to God, I got unmuted.
Thank you. All right, Paul, what's new? What's news in recycling?
What's news in recycling? Everything is well, but it's been a rough couple of weeks for all the snow.
Yeah, oof.
It's
I'll
been
say.
trying. We're communicating with lots of the communities. We're trying to give them as much upfront news on whatever we can. We've had to postpone 2 collection days, which made it very difficult.
Wow.
And one collection day another collection day had to go 2 weeks out, actually, because we
Yeesh.
just didn't have the time in the days and the weekends to be able to get it. And we're not getting anybody to work on a Sunday, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, we're performing very, very well, commissioners. I'm really
Great.
happy. Solterra's doing a nice job. Our people, our inspectors, and especially Christy Jimenez. Christy Jimenez is doing a great job overseeing this stuff remotely, as we all are, and working with the recycling coordinators around the county and with the Solterra group. So really, all I got to say, I'm sure there are going to be people that'll complain and moan, as it always happens in this thing, but for the most part, from a professional's point of view, it's working as best it possibly can under the circumstances.
Terrific. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Redevelopment report. Ann, you can do that for us?
Absolutely, Chairman. So I'd like to focus on the Jersey Avenue School project along with the Cancer Pavilion and give a brief update regarding the North Brunswick train station. So beginning with Jersey Avenue School project, this is a monthly report for the month of January. Ownership of the site was transferred to the development entity Jersey Avenue School Redevelopment Associates, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of the New Brunswick Development Corporation. This was a part of the overall project closing, which was properly closed on January 7th, 2021. Furthermore, the funds necessary to develop the project were deposited in escrow account for future requisitions. As part of the design aspect, programming and conceptual design has been completed. The project architect has completed with the educational specifications associated with the schematic drawings in consultation with the Board of Education staff. The project team will submit updated plans and application to the New Brunswick Planning Board. Well, that actually happened later that month, and the upcoming site plans were heard in the month of February. So we'll be getting another update regarding that application. In response to the environmental activities, there's going to be implemented with concurrent with the redevelopment of the site and be performed under the guidance of an LSRP in accordance with all applicable NJDEP standards and regulations. Activities expected to include excavation of material where necessary, capping residual soil, and installation of vapor mitigation system, even if the system is not required. So as of right now, the project schedule is still intact. And as a reminder, this means that we're going to be commencing excavation in the month of May or June, commencing the structure in the month of December. The building enclosure shall happen in October 2022 with substantial completion on target for August 2023. Secondly, moving on to the Cancer Pavilion project, kind of mimicking our update with the Jersey Avenue School, the ownership of the site was transferred to the development entity of the Cancer Pavilion Redevelopment Associates, LLC, which again is a wholly owned subsidiary of the New Brunswick Development Corporation as part of the overall project closing that happened on January 7th, 2021. The final site plan approval for the project was granted by the New Brunswick Planning Board at the meeting held on January 12th. So that's great news. A part of the design component is that the design development drawings will be issued by, I need an update that was issued by January 31st of 2021. The project architect has continued to engage the many users from the Cancer Institute and complete the phase of the building design. We have a couple permits and approval updates. The preliminary and final site plan approval has been given by the New Brunswick Planning Board. The sidewalk closure permits was given by the City of New Brunswick. The FFA approval was provided last month, along with the New Brunswick Technical Advisory Committee finalizing all aspects of the project. So furthermore, we're on pace for the same project schedule. And as a reminder, that's complete design development, which was completed at the end of the month, commencing excavation by July, commencing structure by April 2022, and the building enclosed by January 2023. So those are the two substantial updates that we've provided for the Jersey Avenue School. I know for the North Brunswick train station, we're still in the vendor selection process. Our technical advisory team has monthly meetings. One occurred last week. We're moving in all aspects of the requirements with our partners, and we hope to have something before the board next month. So those are redevelopment report updates at this time, Chairman.
Very good. Do we have any old business?
No, we do not.
Okay, do we have any new business? I see an operations update, Jim?
Sure. Paul gave you a little bit of the update on recycling, and certainly Ann has touched base on some of the other issues with the train and so forth. I think we're making good progress, particularly on the train station. I'm very pleased with the working cooperative relationship we've had with Amtrak and New Jersey Transit as we're starting to get through some of the processes. So I feel that the working relationship is good, and that's going to really help us create not only a good project, but an efficient, streamlined implementation. So we're rather excited about that. The team continues to do a great job in-house with our finances. And I will tell you that our nursing homes are under the management of RWJ are doing extremely well, given what the COVID situation is and so forth. They're in very good condition, and staff is doing a yeoman's job taking care as first responders, if you will, taking care of the residents who are there. So we're very pleased with the work that they're doing.
Great, thank you very much. Ann, resolutions?
Sure, we have items 8A through 8I up for discussion or up for the board approval today, which is all pretty much annual housekeeping matters. So I'll go through the titles real quick. Item 8A is Middlesex County Improvement Authority designating authorized newspapers. Item 8B is appointing designating representative and alternate to board of Keep Middlesex Moving. Item 8C is designating certified finance officer. Item 8D is authorizing signatories. Item 8E is authorizing qualified purchasing agent to undertake bidding process, fair and open process, improving purchasing process. Item 8F is designating affirmative action compliance officer and determining compliance threshold. Item 8G is designating government records custodian. Item 8H, authorizing 2021 code of classifications. And item 8I is authorizing banks and depositories and adopting cash management plan. This was provided to the Board of Commissioners for their review. And through you, Chairman, if you'd like to move this through a consent agenda, you can do a motion at this time.
Yes, I'd like to move it as a consent agenda. So I guess we'll vote on. Do you want to go ahead?
I'd like to move it to a consent agenda, and then we can approve the public comments. So may I have a motion on the floor to move it to the consent agenda?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great.
Okay, now the approval of the minutes. So a motion to approve the minutes, please.
Motion, Christine.
I'll second.
Tony, second. All those in favor? Aye.
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 None opposed? It shall pass. All right, so public comments on the resolutions. Is Mr. Cradaville with us this evening?
Chairman, I see a hand raised. I will allow that individual to speak.
All right. So do we have somebody? Is that we?
Yes. Hello.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Charlie. How are you this evening?
I'm well, Chairman. How are you?
I am well, thank you. You have some questions or comments? Please.
Yes.
Well, actually, for the record, just state who you are and where you're from.
Of course. Charlie Cradaville from New Brunswick, Zone 2. And I wanted to ask about 8J. Can you tell me, how this, how these types of agreements normally work with the municipality? Is money changing hands? Are they paying, or are you paying them? How exactly does this usually work?
So through you, Chairman, item 8J, I believe was the interlocals for recycling. Am I correct? It was removed from the agenda because it was a multi-year or a multi-term agreement.
Okay.
So it's actually not up for approval for the board this evening.
Okay, but, Jim, if you wouldn't mind, just tell Charlie how that works, please.
You're talking about how the interlocals work, Chairman, for
Right.
recycling between the towns and the county?
Kind of asking, how does it get paid for, and how do we work?
Sure. So we bill the municipalities predicated upon the number of stops that we make in the community. Charlie, that's all worked out ahead of time when the community makes a decision to come into the program. We tell them what the pricing is per unit, per home, and they count up the number of homes. They provide that information, and that can change during the course of the year. If, let's say, a new development occurs and 200 new houses are built, they provide us with that information, and we can adjust the bill accordingly. And then they're billed monthly for that, and they forward their payment to us for that service.
Does that answer your questions, Charlie?
That does, and I just want to register a complaint. Being in Zone 2, I'm one of those people who's going to moan and complain because my recycling pickup was canceled. And, I'm fortunate enough, I have a vehicle. I was able to take it to the recycling center, but I know a lot of people in my neighborhood were not. And I think we need more recycling pickups, not less. And on this topic, I would hope that, New Brunswick will get a proper refund for the missed pickup. Is that the case?
No.
So here's the situation with that, Charlie. We have in the contract that a vendor, if he has to miss a set of stops during the course of the week as a result of inclement weather, and that can happen, then the pickup would be on the Saturday, that following Saturday. And that was for the Monday pickups. New Brunswick, I believe, is a Tuesday pickup, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
We have both. We got one of
Yeah.
each. So
Yeah.
Zone 1
So
got made up for, but my zone didn't.
Correct. So what happened is that not only Zone 1, but the other communities that are done on the Monday were picked up on that Saturday. The problem is that because of the size of the storm with the second day of inclement weather, obviously we couldn't make it up for that Saturday. The earliest potentially it could have been would have been the Saturday after, which was really just a couple days before the next pickup. So a decision was made that would make sense to just postpone the pickup given the weather conditions. People couldn't get their cans out even into the street area for really several days. In fact, I was in New Brunswick just today. There's still areas where you still can't get your cans out very easily because of the way the snow is. So that was the reason why it was canceled.
Okay, and will there be a refund?
I don't know if that's been discussed yet or not by the city with our recycling division. That discussion may have taken place. I'm not aware of it at this point.
No, because we're gonna pick it up anyway.
Okay, I guess that's Paul Matissera. Paul?
Yeah, I guess what the issue there is that it's basically a double pickup, is what Paul is saying. Once they go back, they're basically picking up twice as much refuse. So I don't know if there wouldn't be any credit for that that I'm aware of as a result of them having to basically do a double haul.
Correct.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions. Can't say I'm happy with the answers, but I do want to just make a final comment that if folks have to work on Sunday to make sure everybody gets their recycling picked up, that should happen. I don't understand why, especially in a emergency situation where there had to be multiple cancellations, that arrangements couldn't be made for a pickup on Sunday. And I think going forward, that should be an option that you pursue. But that's all I have on the resolutions. Thank you for answering.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. All right, so then we will move on to approval of resolutions. A motion, please, to approve the resolutions.
Motion.
All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
None opposed, that'll pass. Can I get a motion for payment of vouchers?
Motion.
Second.
Did we get a second? I thought I heard a second.
I got it, I second that.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
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 None opposed, that will pass. Okay, we're gonna open, public comments. Charlie, you got some public comments for us?
Yes, Chairman, it looks like, let me allow that individual again. Yep.
Charlie?
Yes. Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. Thank you once again, Charles Cradaville from New Brunswick, editor of New Brunswick Today. I have a few questions. I wanted to follow up on our discussion at the January meeting. Has anyone been able to review the healthcare pavilion redevelopment plan to see what the planning board wanted to do as to eminent domain or no eminent domain?
Ann, you want to respond to that?
Sure, through you. Thank you, Mr. Cradaville. So I did correspond with the planning board and some associates involved in this project and reviewed the redevelopment plan, and statements were made that eminent domain would not be permitted, and the city does not have the, so the city of New Brunswick designated the Middlesex County Improvement Authority as a redevelopment entity, but within the redevelopment plan, it states that no eminent domain can be used pursuant to local redevelopment or end housing law. So this is actually pretty interesting because as the redevelopment entity, the Middlesex County Improvement Authority is under County Improvement Authority, which is an independently, hypothetically, it could use independent exercise, could be independently exercised to use those mechanisms in place. However, as this is a collaborative project, although the authority has been given with the designation as a redevelopment entity, the MCIA would not independently exercise this as it's a comprehensive scheme in partnership with the City of New Brunswick. So to answer your question, yes, I can see how these lines can be conflicting. However, there are three separate statutes that govern this type of mechanism, Mr. Cradaville. I can go further into this with you offline, but to answer your question, no, they're not in conflict. No, they're not in opposition. However, I can see how it's somewhat confusing because the words and explanation says that the eminent domain would not be permitted.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is eminent domain is possible, but won't be undertaken by this board, this entity, without the blessing of the City of New Brunswick.
Yeah, like as it's a comprehensive project, yes, we would consult with the City of New Brunswick if that hypothetical came to fruition. However, the authority has already been given for them to independently exercise to do so.
Okay, well, once again, I don't like the answers I'm getting, but I do appreciate you being able to respond and you being so thorough with your response. So the only other point I wanted to make is to ask about Brian Waller. Is he still an employee of the Improvement Authority? Is he still in charge of economic development?
Jim Polos?
I apologize. Yes, he's still doing economic development and he is still employed by the authority.
Okay, well, is he available tonight? Is he on the call?
No.
Okay, so I do find this rather strange, being that, you know, you've known me over the past several months to come to all of your meetings and talk in depth about redevelopment issues. And this would fall under his department. No, this is his these redevelopments or that falls under his purview, correct?
Yeah, we don't have all the staff, so right now we have the board. That's all we are, you know, typically we would have, but he's not required to be here and the board does not require him to be here, so.
Okay, I just find it strange. I wonder, you know, how much work he's really doing on these projects, and I'd like to get a better idea of what his role is here. I can just personally say I've had a few interactions with him, you know, around New Brunswick when he comes to the county building for meetings, and you know, he's not been pleasant or professional in either of those interactions, and I'm just you know, perplexed as to you know, what his role is here. I mean, is this a full-time gig or is this a part-time job?
Yes, he's a full-time employee and involved in a bunch of different aspects of economic development, and realize too that we are growing the economic development department. John DiLorenzo is on with us, who's a new individual we brought on a few months ago to assist us with some of these larger scale projects because of his skill set. And of course, I'm directly involved as well because of the order of magnitude of some of these projects as well. So it's really a team approach on kind of several different levels.
Okay, and just so I can understand the the full scope of the work. There's the New Brunswick projects, which we're all very familiar with. There's the North Brunswick train station, which was mentioned tonight. And are there any other, active projects in that portfolio for economic development?
We've had a number of communities that have approached for discussions about various levels of assistance, some financings, some nonprofits that have approached us. So we're talking at different levels. We're also discussing rolling out some new programs to assist our municipalities with economic development we've been working on now for a number of months. Obviously, COVID has kind of put a bit of a kibosh on some of the work that we can do, particularly the face-to-face meetings and interactions that we're hoping to have. But we have been really formulating, candidly, over the last year and a half or more, a whole economic development rollout of what Middlesex County can offer to businesses and trying to attract certain businesses to our county. We're hopeful now that as COVID starts to dissipate over the next several months, that we'll be able to have much more activity with respect to individuals who are willing to come, see, meet. The problem right now, Charlie, as I'm sure you can understand, is nobody even wants to get into a car with anyone, let alone meet. So it's been stifling at best. But I can assure you that we have been working behind the scenes, readying the programmatic elements, readying our staff. We brought an individual on to help with business development and outreach. The county has. We also are working on a marketing campaign. The county is, I should say, with advertisements and commercials and so forth to promote Middlesex County as a destination. And the purpose behind all that is to excite and entice businesses and other developments, if you will, to come to the county, where our team and staff could be able to work with them. And the team currently on is constantly reaching out to the municipalities to talk about what some of their needs may be, some of the things that are being planned, what their long-range and short-term goals are, and where we might be able to assist them.
All right. Well, again, thank you for the thorough answers, and wish you all well, and hope to hear you again next month on the call.
Okay, thanks, Charlie. Take care.
All right, Chairman, there is another individual.
Okay, the
The
next
host would
person,
like you
please,
to unmute your
identify
microphone.
yourself and where you're
You
from,
can
please.
press *6 to unmute.
You have to unmute your microphone, please. Hello? Your microphone is muted.
I think they're unmuted now, Chairman.
Can you
Okay,
hear
hi.
me?
Yes, please identify yourself and
You
where you're
are
from.
muted.
Okay, please don't start my time until I'm recognized.
Your time is now. Start.
Am I recognized?
Yes, please identify yourself and where you're from.
According to the Open Public Meetings Act and the Sunshine Law, it says once public comment starts, to let the public speak. You don't have to give your name or address. Would I be allowed to speak without giving it, or are
Sure,
you gonna...
speak, please. Start your time.
Thank you. Okay, I'm looking at the agenda right here.
Okay, we already did that, so now we're in the open. You still can talk about it, but go ahead.
Okay. Oh, never mind. You do have a public comments on the resolutions. I was going to ask why you didn't have that, but I see that that's number 10.
Yes.
Okay, we're in the public session right now.
Yes,
Okay.
ask your question.
So I want to ask about the Lincoln Annex School. Did
Did you hear the report? There was a pretty long report on it. We're not going to repeat it.
No, I just came in, sir. I apologize.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, and that's okay that you just came in, but a report was given, so we're not going to go over that again.
Okay. So are you gonna help the kids out, or are you gonna?
We're not gonna do that again. We've already done it. We've already done that report. So if you have comments, feel free, but we're not going to answer any more questions on the status. That report was given. You missed it. You can tune in next month, and we'll give you a new report.
Who am I speaking to? What's your name?
The chairman, James Nolan.
Well, I just want to say, Chairman James Nolan, thank you for respecting my constitutional protected activity, not to identify myself. Not many meetings I call in actually respect people's right. They start demanding things, so I want to thank you on that. I think you're an American patriot until I find out otherwise.
Thank you. And thank you for participating.
No, thank you very much. You know, I'm trying to learn. I try calling all the meetings myself. Give me a moment. I'm reading the resolutions. If my time is over, you can just skip
We'll
over.
let you know.
them.
You're okay. You got time.
Did you designate a government records custodian?
I think so. Ann, did we do that?
Chairman, yes, we did.
Okay, there's your answer.
What's his name or her name?
Ann?
Yes, through you, Chairman, it is, thank you for your gender neutrality. It is Miss Carol Burns.
Okay, I just have one last question. For authorizing entering into interlocal agreement with participating municipalities for the provision of curbside recycling collection service, what municipalities does this cover?
Okay,
that was removed. Right, Ann, that was removed?
Yes, that item was actually removed, and it's quite a few, so more than 20. I can provide him with this list offline if he'd like to send us an open request or an inquiry.
Okay.
Okay.
We'd be happy to provide that if you make the proper request.
It's all right. I'll call in I'll call in next meeting. God bless you all.
Okay, you too.
God bless your families, and I'll see you next time.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Do we have anybody else?
There are no others.
All right. In that case, I would ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned. Everyone be safe. Thank you for participating.
Take care all. Thank you. Bye-bye.